Kettlebells have a pretty amazing quality to really fix and heal the body in ways that I haven't seen in other forms of resistance training. I found that it can fix shoulder pain, back pain, get your posture better, get your hips more aligned, help you walk with better form even. It's just pretty incredible. So in this video, I want to talk about the top 5 kettlebell exercises to heal your body. So exercise number 5 is one that I guarantee you probably don't see in the gym at all, but it has really incredible benefits, especially for your whole shoulder complex. And that's the kettlebell bottoms up hold. So in this exercise, it looks really funny, but you essentially hold a kettlebell upside down. And what this does is it really helps strengthen the whole shoulder complex, especially the rotator cuff, which we don't think about. A lot of times you're trying to get, big shoulders or muscular shoulders. But you don't realize that you need to train the health of the shoulders as well, because it's one of the most complex joints in our system. So building that rotator cuff strength and building that shoulder stability is really, really important to prevent shoulder pain. So this bottoms up hold will help your shoulder strength, it'll help your shoulder stability, help your rotator cuff strength. It also trains the grip, trains the bicep, trains the forearm. So it also just has a really great benefit for this whole upper body health area. So that's an incredible exercise. So with the kettlebell bottoms up hold, I usually don't go anywhere more than 10 pounds. And so that's usually that 4 kg kettlebell or 10-pound kettlebell. And honestly, if you have one that's even available, that's like a 5-pound kettlebell, you can even use that just because you want to make sure the focus of this is that it's light and you're really focusing on being able to make it stable. So this is a great, great exercise. So the exercise in 4th place is one that you might not see as much. It's a great warm-up, and it also really helps with the shoulders, and that is the kettlebell halo. So what's special about the kettlebell halo compared to most shoulder exercises I see is that it really trains the rotation of the shoulders. As I mentioned, the shoulder joint is really complex, and so that rotation is just so important to have, and we often don't get that. So if we're only moving our shoulders this way and up and back, but we're not rotating them, the kettlebell halo is just incredible. And this actually can also build shoulder muscle, shoulder strength. And then, every time I do it, I literally can immediately feel a benefit of my shoulders. It just feels really rehabilitative. And I love this. This is one of my favorite ways to warm up for a workout. But I've also seen people do it as one of their main exercises in a workout or in a training program as well. So this one's awesome. With this, also keep it light. You don't need to go as light as a bottoms up hold. But for all of these, since we're talking about healing your body, the goal isn't to push yourself. It's always to go, not necessarily the lightest ever, but go lighter, go as light as you need essentially, so that your focus can be on mobility and health of the body. So this is a great exercise. And then one more thing about this one is I would say make sure when you're doing it, you remember to go both clockwise and counterclockwise, so you train both parts of the rotation. But the exercise in 3rd place is one that is really great for the lower body stability. And you might know this one, but this is a bit of a variation, and that's the kettlebell goblet squat hold. So this is taking your kettlebell, doing a goblet squat, and then sitting at the bottom of the squat for however long is comfortable. And this really opens up the hips. It strengthens the legs to stay in that position. It strengthens your posture, because squatting is one of the most natural ways that humans sit. For a lot of people, we've lost this ability to just get into a squat and sit in it, because squatting is really a way of sitting. And so, if you think about even when you sit on a chair or, sit on a chair, sit anywhere, you're essentially doing a squat that stops early, kind of an easier version of a squat. And every time you get up, you're doing a squatting movement. And I think people are obviously comfortable with the standing position, but what's the hardest part? Being in that bottom position. So the kettlebell goblet squat is really incredible, because actually holding a kettlebell in front of you, really that offset weight actually helps you get deeper in a squat than if you did a bodyweight squat. So it's actually easier to sit in a kettlebell goblet squat than it is to sit in a regular squat, that's really incredible. So you can kind of train yourself to get better at that squatting position. And if you're feeling fun, a lot of times I'll just do this as the warm up, but then if I kind of want to play around with it, I'll do goblet squat curls in this position, and I've seen people do lots of different exercises in this position, but that's obviously more advanced. and not necessary. It's just fun if you really want to even get better at strengthening and your legs. But yeah, this will really improve your hip mobility, improve your leg strength, just improve your overall posture, because if you can get stronger in that squat position, your overall posture and just your overall body alignment is just going to be so much better. So this is another great exercise. So the second exercise is one that will look really weird in the gym. I think you're seeing a pattern. All of these are a little bit weird, but this one helps a lot. And it actually helps both the upper body and the lower body, which is why it's now in the top 2. And that's the kettlebell overhead carry. So this one is really incredible because as soon as a kettlebell is overhead, that's kind of, it's the farthest lever essentially from your like center of gravity. And so, the weight is really wanting to make you shake, and it's really hard to like stay stable. And then now you have to walk forward with a weight holding overhead. So you're kind of building total body stability and alignment. Like, can you hold a weight overhead while walking? And that's going to train your legs to have better hip alignment, better posture. That's going to train your shoulders to stay stable while it holds the weight overhead. So that's going to build shoulder strength and that shoulder complex. It's going to help your core because now you have an offset weight and you're walking. So your core and your lower back are going to get stronger. And so this one is just really incredible. I love doing overhead carries. You should, again, go lighter on this one because it can get tiring quick, and you obviously you want to be careful because you're walking with a weight overhead, so you don't want to drop that thing on you. And so, yeah, just be careful with this one. But yeah, it is incredible. And, now that we're in the top 2, we're looking at the exercises that really strengthen the entire body. So if maybe you're really short on time and you just want to jump into, you don't have time to do all 5 of these, I think doing like an overhead carry is great because you're building that shoulder stability and lower body stability and hip alignment and posture and lower back strength. So this is, really, really incredible exercise. And the exercise in first place is one that I've talked at length about, but it keeps coming up on these lists because it's really incredible at strength, at muscle, and also healing your body, and that's the kettlebell suitcase carry. So, this one is similar to overhead carry, and again, it's because it fixes and strengthens a lot in your upper body and your lower body. So this exercise, I think, is one of the best to really rebuild the posture that is lost from like everyday life. But yeah, you'll get your shoulders set back, your legs will be stronger, your glutes will be stronger, your lower back will be stronger, and you'll just build this lower body stability and upper body stability. And as you're walking with the suitcase carry, it kind of forces you, you always think about good posture, it forces you to have that good posture because you need to keep your shoulders back, stay aligned, keep that good posture as you're walking. But the kettlebell suitcase carry is incredible. You're going to have better shoulder stability, better leg stability, better core stability, lower back strength, posterior chain strength. That's all the muscles in the back of the body. And all of that heals the body. It's kind of, walking is probably the most natural movement we do. And while the overhead carry is also great, this is in the top 2, the suitcase carry is a little even more natural because the weight's just right beside you, I mean. And you can go heavier on this one. So now you're really going to build the strength in all the muscles of the body that are kind of needed to be a functional human. And that's why I think this is the most functional exercise there. And if it's the most functional exercise, it's the best at healing your body. And so this is an incredible exercise. I've seen so many benefits. This exercise I credit to like fixing my low back pain, fixing my shoulder pain, and just generally healing my body. So yeah, I just absolutely love this exercise. And yeah, I want to say a quick disclaimer for all 5 of these. I'm not a medical doctor, so if you're having specific issues, please, and the goal is to heal your body, please make sure you use this just as a general information, but talk to a medical professional or personal trainer or someone more professional. Just want to give that quick disclaimer. So yeah, those are the 5 kettlebell exercises that have healed my body that I believe can heal your body. And yeah, a lot of people might get into kettlebell training for the strength gains, the muscle gain, but I'm sure a lot of people just also want the mobility and the health gains. And so, I've made a top 5 exercise for functional fitness, a top 5 for muscle, but I really wanted to make a top 5 for like mobility and healing your body. And so yeah, I hope this video you found helpful. Let me know, have you tried any of these exercises? Just let me know what you think. And if you want to start a workout program that will help you heal your body while building functional fitness, you can check out my 8-week kettlebell workout program now. We now have 21 people who have started that program, who have bought a copy, which is awesome. And I'm hearing really great things. So yeah, if you want, you can join them there. If you don't, totally okay. then, for free, you can watch one of these 4 videos here. You can watch the top 5 on building muscle here, the top 5 on functional fitness here, and then another couple videos here. I don't know what they'll be yet. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.